Hello, my most excellent friends. It's been quite some time since I post a new commentary. This is going to be a brief commentary on one of my favorite comic book characters. This is the Ghost Rider. I have in front of me the Essential Ghost Rider Vol 1. This is the only source material that I have in order to make this commentary, and unfortunately its pages are black and white. But the main purpose here is not to talk about the whole collection, but to talk about the Ghost Rider. Okay, as you can see here, my friends, this is Marvel Comics Spotlight. On the Spotlight, featuring Ghost Rider, the first time ever, the most supernatural hero of all. This was back in 1977. Is he alive or dead? A legend is born. In my opinion, Ghost Rider is or has been a very underrated character, not only in the comics but also outside of comics, such as the movies, which I do not consider to be I don't think it does Ghost Rider some justice. This is the original Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. As some of you might know, Johnny Blaze was a man who was raised in some sort of a circus or daredevil family after his family died or passed away, whatever, by Crash Simpson. Crash Simpson unfortunately developed a disease. I think it was some sort of cancer, I don't remember. And Johnny Blaze loved the man so much. There you have Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze loved the man so much that he was willing to make a deal with the devil in exchange for Crash Simpson's help. The thing is that he summoned the devil, and after summoning the devil, he bargained his soul for Crash Simpson's life. The thing is that the devil never plays by the rules. The thing is that in the end, Crash Simpson didn't die from the disease, but did die at a presentation. That night, when that happens, here we see the preparation for the show. And here's when Crash is diagnosed with or telling them about his disease. Here we see Johnny Blaze preparing himself to make a deal with the devil. See here, this is all this is reminiscent of the days, back in the late 70s, early 80s, when all of this occult stuff was, let's say, the new shit back then. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything occult is evil. Just when I would like to, specify that it's actually the foundation which they were, building the mythos of Ghost Rider upon. Anyway, as I said, Crash Simpson didn't die from his disease, but he did die. Here's the show where he unfortunately oh no, this is Johnny Blaze. I'm so sorry, guys. He did die from, unfortunately, unforeseen events. And when the devil came back to collect his soul, Johnny Blaze tried to fight. He was not strong enough. And Roxanne, who was his, let's say, the daughter of Crash Simpson, but who also had a crush on Johnny, and Johnny had a crush, on her, and she on Johnny, was able, due to her purity of heart, to prevent Satan from completing his takeover of Johnny's soul. The thing is that what the devil wanted to do was to make Johnny some sort of his servant. During the day, he would join him in the abyss, and at night, he would roam the earth as his servant. Nevertheless, even though Roxanne prevented the devil from taking over Johnny's soul completely, he didn't go out on a whimper. He released upon Johnny the spirit of vengeance, who in the end we all knew or came to know as Sarathos or Sarathos. I don't know how you guys might pronounce it. But anyway, this is this is Ghost Rider Marvel Spotlight. This is the second time the Ghost Rider appears. From this point on, we see Curly Samuels, who is actually Crash Simpson, who's trying to sacrifice his daughter in order to lure Johnny Blaze in so that he could take revenge. That is, the devil could take revenge on Johnny Blaze. Nevertheless, the attempt was foiled, and from that point on, this is Marvel Spotlight number 7. There we have the cover. This is the end of the origin story arc of Ghost Rider, those who serve Satan. Back then you could see the word Satan in comic books, not as common as today. But anyway, in the end, Johnny Blaze fights his father, or not his father, his, let's say, surrogate father or foster father. He comes back to his senses. They go even to hell. That's in the 4th issue. But nevertheless, for me, those are the best 3 issues, which are Marvel Spotlights. The first issue, number 1, actually Marvel Spotlight number 5, 6, and 7, containing the origin story of the Ghost Rider. This few pages that comprise few pages that comprise the origin story of Ghost Rider have enough source material in order to make a believable, credible, and interesting movie. Unfortunately, guys, as you would understand, when Hollywood wants to make a movie, they just want to cash in on the big bucks, and sometimes the properties are not respected. They think that because this is a comic book character, does not deserve the attention nor the financial input in order to structure a production such as this one. Because you see, a movie such as Ghost Rider not only would require good acting, good directing, which are essential, but also requires enough special effects in order to make it believable. As we have seen in movies such as Spider-Man and X-Men, but those are properties that have been considered, far more profitable than Ghost Rider. But I think, my friends, as I said in the beginning, this is a character that has been completely underrated, has been going on and off each and every time, every couple of years. To say the Ghost Rider appears in the 70s, fades away, came back in the 90s as Daniel Ketch. If I am able to get some Danny Ketch's issues, I'll be making a commentary. This is a brief commentary tree which has already turned into an 8+, I think it should be by now. Commentary. I thought this video might be shorter. Nevertheless, guys, I do encourage you to get the first few issues of the original Ghost Rider. I remember in the early 90s that there was a reprint of this Marvel Spotlights material, which was known as the original Ghost Rider. They used the original Ghost Rider moniker or title in order to make a differentiation between Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider and Danny Ketch's Ghost Rider, which was, brand new at the time. Nevertheless, guys, I do encourage you to get these issues. It's an interesting character, interesting storyline for those of you who like, occult-related themes. I think there was a series known as the Midnight Suns, or the Children of Satan, back in the 90s, but it all faded away because, you know, parents complaining and all that and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah, and plus tax. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to my brief commentary on Ghost Rider. I certainly would have loved to have. Allow me to pause here, see if I can make a mini part 2.